Hi, Burke Bryant here. I've had a lot of requests on how to cultivate probiotic, or the bacteria known as probiotic. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and give a demonstration on how I do it and how I apply it in my daily life. So there's a couple things you're going to need, of course. You're going to need your probiotic, which I have in here. I have it in powder form. Some people use powder, some people use capsules. If you use capsules, you can just bust the capsules open and dump it into your dish or whatever it may be, so that it is powder form at that point. You're also going to need your almonds, and these almonds I highly suggest that they are germinated. And to germinate them, as most of you know, you're just going to soak your almonds in fresh water for up to 24 hours. That's the goal. You want to replace the water 2 to 3 times in that period to clean the water and to get the acid that is now contained in the water that it's pulled out of the almonds kind of out of the mix there. So that's why you want to keep cycling the water and getting new water in there. So basically, I'm going to show you that a lot of people are wondering what the mixture is and stuff, so this is going to clarify it real well. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of strain the almonds so that the water isn't here anymore. And then a lot of people put too much water in. My rule of thumb is I use the same amount of almonds to the same amount of water, so the ratio is actually even, water to almonds. So you can see the amount of almonds that I'm using here. And then I'm going to go ahead and use water. And I'm going to add the same amount of water to the almonds. So you can see that the water just comes just above the edge of the almonds there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my probiotic. And I don't know how much probiotic you really want to use, but I use roughly, when I do this process, which isn't a lot because I continually cultivate it, I use about half a tablespoon. That's probably actually about 2 teaspoons right there. And I'm just going to dump that in there. And I'm going to blend this up. Dish here, and this basically is going to become my almond yogurt, we'll call it. And the bacteria or the probiotic is now contained within this yogurt. Now, I use the bullet right now for demonstration. I would suggest using a stronger blender if you have one, like a K-Tech or a Vitamix, and you'll be able to actually blend those almonds a lot more to where they fluff more, and it's more in the consistency of a yogurt, opposed to what I've created here, which has got, you know, some rough spots in it. We still got some heavy almond grains and stuff in this here, but that'll be okay just for demonstration. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm basically just going to leave it sitting on the counter at room temperature for anywhere between, I'd say, 6 to 9 hours. Now, all this depends upon the warmth of the room that it's in. The warmer the room, the faster the bacteria is going to spread. The colder the room, the slower the bacteria is going to spread. So you're going to have to keep that into account. But at a minimum, I'm going to say 5 to 6 hours. Okay? A maximum, you probably don't want to go over anywhere between 8 to 9 hours on that. Now, what you can do is you taste it. So after 5 hours, you taste it. If it's got a zing to it, and you'll know it because it'll kind of pop in your mouth. If it has that zing to it, then you know that the bacteria has spread quite a bit. And then go ahead and take it and put it into the refrigerator. And what's going to happen is the cold in the refrigerator that it's producing is going to slow the cultivation or slow that bacteria from spreading even more. And then you'll be able to use it for probably the next 5 to 7 days. Now, I go through about a half a cup of probiotic a day, or this type of yogurt a day. Now, here's the cool thing. Once you've eaten almost all of it, you save a tablespoon, and then you go through the whole process again. So for instance, I eat this whole bowl and leave 1 tablespoon left that I don't eat. And then I'm going to go through the process of making the almonds again in the blender. And then I'm going to dump it into, you know, my jar or my bowl. And then I'm going to add that 1 tablespoon left into that new batch. And then I'm going to start the process all over again. I'm going to let it sit anywhere between 6 to 9 hours. I'm going to let it cultivate again because the bacteria is still alive. Once it gets that zing to it, I'm going to put it back in the refrigerator. It's going to chill, slow the bacteria down from spreading, and then I'm going to eat it. And again, once I have a spoonful left, I'm going to make a whole new batch and I'm going to add it there. This will give me the ability to use the same bacteria over and over and over again. Now granted, it's a new bacteria because because the old is being introduced into it, it spreads a new bacteria. So it is a new bacteria, but I'll be able to use that consistently, the way that I do it, the way that I'm teaching you. You could do this indefinitely as long as you kept up with it. It's not a problem. So you can save money there on your probiotic. So kind of cool thing, because a lot of probiotic out there is extremely expensive. Probiotic I use is a plant-based probiotic, which I feel is best for my body. And it's made by a company called Puridyme. And it's a great company, high grade, low cost. I strongly suggest them. And that's pretty much the process. If you have any questions, leave comments, and I'll be more than happy to get back to you. Thank you for watching.